Cletus McFarland is about to jolt NASCAR in a way it hasn't felt in years, and whether the old guard likes it or not, he might just be the one to save it. From YouTube personality to serious race car driver, Cletus has built a massive fan base, a high horsepower brand, and now he's poised to do something even more radical: bring Ram back into NASCAR for the first time in over a decade. So, what would that mean for the sport? What could Cletus do in the Truck Series? And is this the real beginning of a NASCAR comeback? For those who don't know, Cletus, real name Garrett Mitchell, has spent years building a racing empire online. But lately, he's made a hard pivot from wild stunts to serious racing. And now, according to Adam Stern of Sports Business Journal, Cletus could be joining the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series by 2026. This isn't just another content creator trying to go racing. This is a real driver with real pace, real fans, and real industry weight. The story broke shortly after a race weekend in Nashville, and it immediately grabbed attention, not just because of Cletus, but because of who he might be driving for: a Ram-sponsored team. Yeah, that Ram, Dodge Ram. If this happens, it's more than a cool throwback. It would mark Ram's return to NASCAR for the first time since 2012. That alone would be headline news. But combine it with someone like Cletus, and you've got a potentially game-changing moment for NASCAR. Let's not forget, Dodge pulled out of NASCAR after 2012. Since then, it's been a three-way battle between Ford, Chevy, and Toyota. Ram coming back would add a fresh layer of excitement, especially in the Truck Series, which many fans already love for its raw energy and tight racing. What makes this even more compelling is that Cletus is already proving himself behind the wheel. In 2024, he began racing in the ARCA Menards Series, and not just to say he did it. He raced at Daytona, Talladega, and Charlotte, three of the fastest, most dangerous tracks in the country, and managed 2 top 10 finishes in his first 3 starts. His best finish so far? 8th. Now sure, Charlotte didn't go to plan. He was caught in a wreck. But that's racing, and what matters more is how quickly he's learning, how hard he's working, and how seriously he's taking the sport. He's not just showing up to film YouTube content, he's testing, he's tuning, he's building relationships, he's respecting the process, and the veterans are noticing. Multiple Cup Series drivers have collaborated with Cletus already, and they've gone out of their way to say he's the real deal. But if he jumps into the Truck Series, it's not just about how fast he drives, it's about how many fans he brings with him. Cletus has millions of followers, many of them younger, digitally native fans who don't follow NASCAR the old school way. NASCAR's been trying for years to grow its younger fan base. And Cletus? He's got exactly the audience they've been missing. Let's zoom in on the Ram story. Dodge, under the Ram brand, hasn't been in NASCAR in 14 years. Every few years, rumors pop up about a new manufacturer entering the sport: Honda, maybe even BMW. But none of them have come true. Ram rejoining the Truck Series would be the first big manufacturer comeback in over a decade, and Cletus would be the face of it. It's perfect synergy. Cletus has been loyal to Dodge and Ram trucks for years. His content has featured them constantly, so from a brand alignment perspective, it just makes sense. This wouldn't be just a sponsorship. It would be a brand-rooted partnership tied to everything Cletus has already built. And let's not overlook how smart it is to bring Ram back through the Truck Series. It's the most accessible entry point into NASCAR. Lower costs, simpler aero, and no need for an all-new engine package. Teams just need to design a new nose and body. That's a low-friction way to return, with a huge potential upside. But this goes deeper than trucks and tech. This is cultural. Over the past 2 decades, NASCAR has lost millions of fans. Some left after Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s death. Others walked away when legends like Rusty Wallace or Jeff Gordon retired. The playoff formats, stage racing, and the departure from classic Southern tracks didn't help. Cletus is now the unexpected bridge between old-school fans and new-school energy. Go read the forums, scroll the YouTube comments, watch what people say at his races. You'll find people saying, "I stopped watching after Dale died, but I'm back now because of Cletus." I hadn't watched NASCAR in 15 years until I saw this guy tearing it up at Talladega. That's not marketing hype. That's real nostalgia being reignited. And it's not just because he's funny or charismatic. It's because he can drive. He's put in the work. He's not afraid to wreck. He takes the risk. He's respectful of the legends, but he's not trying to be them. He's being himself, and that authenticity is pulling people back in. His Freedom Factory track in Florida has become a hub for grassroots motorsports, burnout competitions, Crown Vic races, drifting, drag strips. It's alive, and it could easily become a crossover venue for special NASCAR events in the future. And speaking of future, we're not just talking trucks. If Cletus does well, Xfinity is next, then maybe Cup. Some even say he should skip trucks altogether and go straight to Xfinity. But starting with the truck series shows humility. It shows he's willing to climb the ladder, not just jump the queue. Which brings us back to what NASCAR needs. The sport has struggled with declining ratings, aging audiences, and fading cultural relevance. Cletus brings something NASCAR desperately lacks: connection to youth, to online culture, to car culture that doesn't revolve around PR statements and sponsor speak. Cletus is loud, he's real, he loves racing, and that cuts through. Sponsors love him, fans trust him, and best of all, he wants this. This isn't a one-off brand stunt. He's aiming for a racing career, and Ram's reported return could amplify that tenfold. Catchfence.com reported back in February that Ram had applied to rejoin NASCAR in 2026, most likely through the Truck Series. That's huge. If Cletus is their guy, this goes from a racing story to a full-on motorsports revolution. And it doesn't stop there. Imagine the crossover potential. Cletus has already worked with Dale Earnhardt Jr. multiple times. They're friends. Dale Jr. is a respected figure in both NASCAR and the media world. If those two teamed up, either on the track or behind the scenes, it would blow up. Or imagine Cletus driving for a Tony Stewart-owned Ram truck team. With Tony's clout, Cletus's reach, and Ram's comeback, that could redefine how modern NASCAR teams are built. Cletus has raced drag cars. He's built insane builds. He's hosted record-setting burnout events. He's done all this on his own turf. Now he's stepping onto NASCAR's turf, and it's about time they welcomed someone like him. He's not just a YouTuber. He's a racing driver with a fan base bigger than most Cup teams combined. And that's what the sport needs if it wants to be relevant 10 years from now. So yes, if Cletus McFarland joins the Truck Series in 2026 and Ram returns with him, it could be the beginning of NASCAR's next era. New fans, new formats, old values. It's all coming together. And whether you're a longtime Dale fan or someone who's never watched a full race, this story is one to watch. Before you go, hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We've got more NASCAR coverage, more driver stories, and maybe some surprises from the Freedom Factory coming your way soon. And tell us in the comments, would you watch NASCAR again if Cletus and Ram came to the Truck Series? Or are you already back because of him? Let us know, because this story's only just getting started.